Hi guys, welcome back. I tonight am going to be doing a 30-minute meal, hopefully less than 30 minutes. So tonight I have decided to do a pan-seared, pan-fried chicken thigh, some steamed broccoli, and some rice. I already have everything in place. So as you can see, I have my pan going with some oil. I have my flour. I have my broccoli ready in my steamer. It's ready to be cooked. It has not been cooked yet, and I have my water over here boiling. So at this very moment, I'm going to go ahead and add. I'm going to turn this up a little bit actually, but I'm going to go ahead and I am going to add my rice to my boiling water. And in this, I'm using 2 parts water to 1 part rice. And my oil should be nice and hot. So I'm going to go ahead. My hands are washed and clean. I'm going to go ahead and I am going to put a lid on the rice, and I'm also going to dredge this, start dredging my chicken and the flour. So we can go ahead and get that start cooking because we obviously don't want our oil to burn. That would be no bueno. So I'm going to go ahead, give it one more good flip, make sure I've coated all the sidings. I'm going to shake that off, and I'm going to go ahead and put that face down in my pan. And you can hear, if you listen really closely, my oil is a very good temperature. I am not a fan of fried chicken. My kids love it. I prefer a baked barbecue roasted type of chicken. But because I'm all about quick, I figured this was a perfect chance to try to fry some chicken and see how it goes. All right, I'm going to go ahead and put our second piece face down. And I'm just going to add one more piece. I have 4 thighs. There's 4 people in my household, me and my children. My husband is stationed in San Diego. He's in the Navy. So a lot of times it's just me. And the kids don't tend to eat a lot. My 2 littlest tend to share meals. So a lot of times one chicken can feed both of them. And then my oldest eats a piece and I eat a piece. And I normally have a piece left over. All right, I'm going to go ahead and put this third piece in face down. And I'm going to walk over here to my sink and just quickly wash my hands of that flour. Now, flour is very difficult to wash off, so I tend to at least stay under the sink for about 20 seconds. And to make sure that my water is really hot, and I use plenty of soap and a clean towel to dry. So I'm also going to go ahead and I'm going to check on the rice, which is doing great. I'm going to let this cook for a little bit, and then I'm going to flip it. Once I get these 3 pieces ready, like turned and ready to go, I have prepared a napkin to kind of drain some of the oil, a napkin and a plate, and I'm going to add that last piece of chicken in. This class has taught me so much. I've really enjoyed cooking. I've really enjoyed recording myself as well, although I was super, super nervous in the beginning. But it has been really, really fun. I also, not sure if you have noticed, but I have these pots that I'm doing my rice in, and I also have my steamware. But I chose not to use a frying pan and instead go for my cast iron skillet. I've heard that they're really good for frying techniques. And since I don't use it as often, I figured tonight's assignment would be a great time to pull it out and try it and see how it does with the chicken. So I'm going to take my tongs and I'm going to go over here to this first piece of chicken, and I'm just going to lift it up a little bit just to kind of see. just to kind of see what's going on. And I'm just going to adjust it because I do have an electric stove. A lot of times, sometimes the heat kind of shifts. So I like to make sure that the whole pan is equally heated. So I'm just going to give that a few more minutes. And while I'm standing here, I have my hands to my side because I'm always freaked out about touching anything since taking this class. Before this class, I found myself, I would walk to the living room and check on the kids. I would open the fridge and take a sip of water while I cooked and different things like that. And then after reading my serve safe and going through this class, I was like, oh my gosh, can you imagine the germs that I could be cross-contaminating or adding to my food or my children? Like, it just kind of grossed me out. So I'm definitely glad I've taken this class. It's really made me kind of put things in my kitchen and cooking on a regular basis into perspective. So now I'm just crossing my fingers that I passed that serve safe certification, which would be really, really nice. So I'm going to go ahead and check that piece. It's browning really nicely. Now I'm going to check all of them. Now my kids are not a fan of paprika, so I'm not sure how brown my chicken is going to get today because I wasn't able to use that. We don't have many allergies in my household, but there are some things that just don't react good with my children. So I kind of had to leave that a little bit out, especially since they will be eating this delicious dinner with me later on tonight or tomorrow because they've already ate. So we are doing really good over here. I'm going to just let that come to a boil for a few more minutes, and then I'm going to remove that and just let it simmer. And I am using the simmer technique on the rice. I don't cook rice often, so this will be maybe the third or fourth time that I've actually attempted to cook rice. I normally buy bagged rice or boil in the bagged rice because I just feel like I'm not good with rice. So I really hope that it comes out very good tonight. I've tried it multiple times, so I'm hoping that we do very well tonight. All right, I'm going to go ahead and just flip that first piece of chicken over. It's looking very brown. I'm going to go ahead and get the second piece that I put in there turned over as well. And I'm going to go ahead and turn the third piece over. Now, my lighting in my kitchen is really horrible, but I'm going to go ahead and show you that we are getting a very nice brown on that, which I'm very excited because that's what we want. We want crispy skin. We want juicy chicken. We want well-cooked chicken. So that's what we're doing. I'm going to go ahead and remove this lid. I'm going to actually put it in the sink. I'm just going to go ahead and let that simmer. We want some of that to just evaporate. And get my spoon over here. Just kind of checking on that rice. Again, I feel like if there's any part of this video that I'm not going to do very well with, it's going to be the rice. I tried it multiple times this week to cook rice, and I just can't seem to get it perfected. But the chicken is coming out really, really well. And right now we're at about 9-10 minutes. So I think we're doing pretty good on time. We still have a good 20 minutes left. We're getting that chicken nice and brown, making sure it's done. And again, I'm going to do the same thing I did before. And I'm just going to shift it around because we want to make sure. Now, something that my mother-in-law does, because she is a fan of frying chicken, she will put a lid on it, and I'm not sure if that's to help cook the inside. That's how some people here in the South do it. I am just frying. So I'm going to let that rice cook a little bit more. And when we hit about the 12-minute to 15-minute mark, I'm going to go ahead and put the broccoli in because I think by then we'll be doing really, really well on time. So we have the rice going well, and I will gonna go ahead and check the chicken. I'm gonna check the original piece that we put in first. Coming along well. I'm gonna go ahead and check that second piece because that's a little bit thicker. And I'm also gonna check this last piece. And the chicken seems to be doing well. I'm gonna go ahead and grab my thermometer while we're waiting. Oh no, I have somehow misplaced my thermometer and I took it out this morning specifically to be ready for my chicken. All right. Well, I feel comfortable enough to know when the chicken is ready. So we are going to possibly be without my thermometer tonight for some reason. I don't remember letting anyone borrow it, so I'm just assuming that it might have disappeared out of my kitchen. But that's okay. We're going to make the best of the situation. I am going to go ahead and re-wash my hands since I've been digging around here in the drawers trying to find this thermometer that I thought I placed on my counter. Oh, guess what I found? My thermometer. I knew I had placed it here, guys. I wasn't going crazy. So what I'm going to do right about now, these chickens have been cooking for about 12 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and place my thermometer here, right in the thickest part of my chicken, so I can see where it is at. And we would like that inside. I might have got a little bit more skin. We want the inside of the chicken to reach 165 degrees. That's where we would like it for chicken. So we're gonna see where we're at right now. I don't know if I'm just not getting a good spot or what. We're moving some now. Yes, we are. There we go. I guess I had to find the right, try to get in the thickest part. So it looks like that one is not quite ready, but that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and check this one. Oh yeah, that one's doing real good, our first piece. All right, so our chicken is doing really well. I'm going to take the thermometer out. I'm going to go ahead and check the bottom of that chicken. Now I'm going to take the first piece out. But I'm going to continue to let my other two pieces cook for a little bit longer. But that first piece is definitely ready to go. While we do that, I'm going to go ahead and put my broccoli in. And I am setting that on 9 minutes. because I've put a fair amount of broccoli in there, so I want it to make sure it's steamed perfectly. I'm going to go ahead and check this rice. It seems to be doing good. I still have a lot of water in my rice, so I'm a little worried. But I think it's going to be okay. And we're doing good. We still have a good 15 minutes left on time before we hit our limit. All right, I'm going to go ahead and take the second piece of chicken out as well. And I'm going to go ahead and start dredging this last piece of chicken in there so we can get that ready to place in the oil. Again, I'm going to place that face down. I'm done with this. I do not keep flour. I dispose of it because raw meat has touched it. So I'm going to go and dispose of this. And I'm going to take my bowl with my flour and my cut chicken on it. And I'm placing that in the sink. And while that chicken is cooking and everything else is getting to be done, I'm going to go ahead and wash up these dishes. I'm a fan of cleaning as you cook. I do not like to cook and have a whole bunch of dishes laying around. It just kind of frustrates me. But also, if you're a mom, you probably have tons of other stuff that you're doing too. No, baby. Mommy's doing her homework. Because I had to cook tonight. Mommy told you I was going to make some chicken? Yeah. It's hot. Please don't touch yet, okay? Okay. Yeah, don't touch it. We're going to get to eat it in a few minutes, okay? Okay. It's you. You're letting everybody know it's you, the famous little face that's always in the picture. No. All right, I'm almost done, okay? So I'm going to take this blue towel, and that's what I use to kind of sweep that extra flour that fell as I was dredging. And I'm going to go shake that over in my sink. I'm going to shake that over in my sink and also wash my hands again. All right, I'm going to go ahead and take out the biggest piece of chicken because for sure that is ready now. And as you can see, we got a really good brown on that chicken. And I'm going to just go ahead and move that last piece to the middle of the pan since we don't have any other chicken in the pan at the moment. We have about 4 minutes left on our broccoli. So I'll go ahead and grab my plate and start plating this lovely dinner. I only bring these out for special occasions. I'm placing a piece of chicken. I did have some issues with my rice, so it looks like the rice is going to be an issue. But other than that, we are doing really good. We're doing fine. And the second batch of chicken seems to cook a little bit quicker. So I was able to go ahead and turn that one around. But it is done. And we have about 3 minutes and a half on our broccoli. I'm not really sure what went wrong with the rice. So rice will be missing from my plate. And that last piece of chicken is coming along very nicely. So we're just have about a minute left on our broccoli. I'm not sure what happened with the rice. Very disappointed. I tried it multiple times this week, and I'm not sure if maybe with the pot. I tried. I have really struggled with the rice aspect of this assignment, but I did put in my best effort, and I really thought I had finally had it down packed tonight, but it doesn't seem to be working on my side. I sure didn't think it would take longer than the chicken and the broccoli. So we have about 20 seconds, and I will be taking that broccoli out. We love steamed vegetables in my house, so I have no worries about that. Everything's always a-okay. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and remove the steamer, which is very, very hot. And I'm going to use a claw to go ahead and remove the steam cap. I don't know if you can see, but there's a lot of steam coming from that. I'm going to use my spoon, and I'm just going to go ahead and spoon out plenty of broccoli. Oh, that broccoli yummy. I'm so excited about that. So guys, this lesson has come to an end, and unfortunately I do not have any rice on my plate. But as you can see, I have a very delicious brown piece of chicken, and I have my broccoli that I steamed. And I am so sorry that the rice was not available, but I tried. So Excuse me, but I thank you guys for tuning into all my videos, and I really hope that I did my best. Good night, guys.